All right, today is Saturday the 13th. This is our third day. On the agenda for today is we're going to the 9/11 Museum this morning, first thing. Then we're going to go to the One World Observatory. Then we have dinner at Cucina and Company, but I think we're actually going somewhere else. And then we're going to have some free time after that on Fifth Avenue. We're supposed to go to Macy's or some other stuff like that. And then we'll come back here at the Holiday Inn in Clark, New Jersey.
New Jersey.
New Jersey. Beautiful day in New Jersey. Hopefully some of these clouds break when we get to the One World Observatory so we can see.
Our lunch is on our own today, but make sure that just watch where you eat. That's the best advice I can give you. If it's a little delicatessen that you absolutely see no one else eating there, I probably wouldn't eat there.
Where are you eating, Sue?
But again, I am so sorry I didn't get that message until 6:30, so I run upstairs. I said, I know everybody's having breakfast. And I'm sitting there by myself. And the little waitress is saying, nobody's here. Has your bus already left? I said, I hope not. So that's when I went back downstairs and I started calling all your rooms to make sure you all know. So breakfast is in that same room every morning. It starts at 7 o'clock and ends at 9. And she let me know promptly it ends at 9 o'clock.
Just about to enter the Lincoln Tunnel.
Well, because you remember back in the death sentence. Yeah.
You don't hear about it, but I just wonder if they just don't talk about it anymore.
They live a pretty normal life. I know somebody that's I
just had a one time
a beautician.
And he's okay. I mean, he doesn't pay.
I mean, he's not like super high. He's probably fine. He's had at least 20 years that I know. Well, you know, when you first start hearing about people with ages, I died within years.
We're under the Hudson River.
And then sometimes in the middle of the night I'll get up and I've been.
So we are in New York City and we're coming out like
Welcome
that.
to New York right there. Yes.
Well, I don't know if that's New York City or New York State.
Housekeeping here. Hold on a second. Another Robert, that's right. How many here for the first time? Oh, lots of you. Well, I've lived in this great city all of my life, and you know what? I hate it. It's kind of wonderful and terrible at the same time. Do I sound like a New Yorker?
Yes.
How does a stereotypical New Yorker say New York?
New York.
New York. Glass of water, cup of coffee. I had this nun in grammar school, Sister Mary Godzilla. And she kind of beat that accent out of me. Okay, enough of this shtick. I'm Italian, by the way. And the Italian, not one of to show a picture. So they will be selling you, sometimes people sell you books with pictures for $5 or something. They're worth it if you want to buy a book. And if you do that, I'm going to tell you how to do it. There it is. See? White building, green pointed roof, Woolworth building. You know what the top of that building is being converted into? Luxury apartments. I got to talk to you about what it costs to live here. You have no idea. Maybe you do. So, here comes One World Trade. It's going to be on your left. You guys on the right are sitting in the cheap seat, so you won't be able to see it that well. Look at the kids playing in the park over here. So remember, the site is 16 acres large. It won't look that big to you. When the towers stood, they took up 2 acres of the 16 acres. There is a movie, I believe, the last time I was there, and food there. I don't think you have time for the movie because we do the movie. Also, one thing now, everything is tight, but
walking by World Trade Center. We're in a big group. There's like 36 of us, I think. And our tour guide's way up in the front. One World Trade Center. The reflecting pond is right next to us.
Alright, what is that? A GoPro, it's recording. Oh, okay. What is it? GoPro. It's not a big deal.
Over here to the right is the Oculus. So there's a couple of Hoosiers in New York City.
Well, hello.
Hello there.
Can you talk in your Hoosier accent?
Well, hello.
Hi there.
Howdy. Where are you going now?
Here we have the Oculus. We're going to the Oculus. Now we're inside the Oculus.
But that's a monument to this occasion. Did you take a picture of it? What? Oh, yeah.
When it moved.
Yeah. She told me to take a lot of pictures. The sprinkle cookie.
I was there.
I want ice cream on that.
So we're in World Trade Center. We're heading to the observation tower,
Politician side,
or
worker side.
the elevator to the tower.
And now, we invite you to enter One World Observatory through the doors on your right, where a spectacular 360...
Ladies and gentlemen, please use the stairs and use the stairs.
If you go down one, you get the 360 round picture.
I'm gonna send it to that.
I can school, but I can't. My ears start popping already.
Mine too. I didn't know they had a different video for going down.
It's a different one?
Yeah.
I like being on the door because I can see them all.
There's the cool.
This is the exit video?
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah.
They say close your eyes and look at the
That's what
door.
happens when you hang out at the bar.
Thank you for visiting One World Observatory.
You're welcome.
Two. All right. Well then, just
That ain't that. Go. He sent me to it wrong.
That was Robert. He's our New York tour guide. Nothing says tourist like following a guy carrying a red flag.
Be careful here, guys. Have a step there.
And the church is over here. 1766. The church was not damaged. See, when the towers came down, they came down like a pancake. Okay, so so the damage was very concentrated. There's one room. There's the building to the left, and there's a church to your right. Episcopal Church. See the brown building? Kinda. Okay. Look at this building on the corner. How the foliage has grown up alongside of it. Right here on the right. Now the street we're turning onto is called Central Park South. The New York City Marathon, when it comes to an end, it comes across this street. And lots of famous people have lived on the street we're turning onto. People like Luciano Pavarotti, Placido Domingo. You know who Candice Bergen is? The Queen of Bean, Leona Helmsley, she's no longer living, lived on this block. And this is the beginning of CNN is in there, Anderson Cooper does your show from there, and it's a jazz theater, part of Lincoln Center. Did you get all of that? Okay.
Central Park.
Now the Plaza Hotel is coming up. It's the building with all the bridging. Home Alone 2, Crocodile Dundee, Plaza Suite, Great Gatsby. Remember those movies were filmed there? Closed for a renovation. For the most part, it's a condominium. A small part of it is a hotel. And around the corner, there's a movie theater where I used to work, and I took Salvador Dali's ticket. I was a doorman on Park Avenue. In 2 weeks, I got fired.
There's a cow picture, girl.
So we're going to be turning onto Fifth Avenue here. This way. Yeah. You guys on the right, look at the gold building owned by Imelda Marcos. Can you see it? Crown building.
There's
Tiffany's and Trump Tower right here. You used to be able, years ago you went into the Trump Tower before he became president, and he'd be walking around with his hair and everything looking very Trumpified. Yeah, does he have a assault rifle? Yes, they have rifles there. look left. Look down the side street. Can you see the shapes?
The shape.
Pretty cool. This church on the right is St. Thomas's. It's an Episcopal church. A very famous boys choir lives in residence here, the St. Thomas Boys Choir. And occasionally you go in there, they're practicing. It's closed right now, I see. Christmas time, they put a big bow around this building on the left, Cartier. Big bow and all these, you know, lights and whatever. Here's Victoria again. You know what her secret is. It's on the right. And here's the church on the left. So here's St. Patrick's and Atlas holding up the world coming up over here on the right. Comes Saks Fifth Avenue coming up over here on the left. And the Waldorf Astoria down the block to the left, the building with the green circular roof. It's no longer owned. The Chinese purchased it, so you can't use it anymore because they bug the rooms. We bug their rooms too. But here's what the Christmas tree would be during Christmas time. Look right. Down this sidewalk, down this walkway here. And that's Saturday Night Live. That's the top of the rock there. The ice skating rink is down there. Okay? And the Today Show is around the corner. We're going to make a right turn here by the ice skating rink. And we're going to go into the building. And we have 20 minutes, so we're doing very well.
Oh, this is the skating rink. Rockefeller. That's the skating rink down there. Right down there. One of you two standing there.
Well, okay.
Get it?
Okay.
Has that got sound on it too?
Yes.
Oh my God.
We're in New York.
What do you think so far?
I'm pooped.
I think it's great.
Loud. Everything's too.
We're walking down 34th Street. And we're going to the Empire State Building. We're in front of Macy's right now. But I'm going to turn the camera around and you'll see. Right there is where we're going. All right, so we left the Empire State Building. We came down to 33rd and 7th Avenue to one of the most iconic live music venues in the world, Madison Square Garden. So we just walked out of Macy's. Here's our bus. That's our bus, yeah.
Orange and white. it. I don't even, you have to drive its own car. And then of course, to have a car here, you have to pay more money.
I think I walked a lot for me though.
Both probably have bathrooms.
This is the Lincoln Tunnel under the Hudson River.
Head out.
We're at the end of day 3 and back at the hotel. This is Sue. She put all this together.
Hello.
So far it's been a pretty cool day.